Hello, everybody out there. Once again, welcome back to another episode of the Road to Max Prestige podcast. I am your host, the one and only Extreme, sometimes called Eddie, sometimes called Fat Man, never to my face, and occasionally I've actually been referred to as, hey you, pick one, go with it, we'll be fine. Except maybe skip the fat guy one, like, don't mess with my feelings, man. It's not my fault I'm big boned. Okay, that's a horrible joke. We're going to move on now. This week, I have a couple different things I want to talk to you guys about. Of course, I am going to try very hard to only touch on the events of last week. But I have some very strong opinions about things that have happened. So we'll see what happens. I really don't want to talk about this crap anymore. I really don't. But we probably are going to again. I'm going to try not to, but we'll see what happens. Regardless, there are other things I want to talk about with you guys first. And of course, I need to make mention of something I didn't last week. That being that last Friday, I don't remember the date, and I could look it up. In fact, why the hell not? Let's click. November 11th, 2016. Was Veterans Day here in the US of A. I didn't make mention of it. And as the son, grandson, great-grandson, nephew, great-nephew, so on and so forth down my family trees, I have a lot of veterans in my family. And the fact that I didn't make mention of it wasn't because I forgot about it. That's not the case. I got so caught up in all the bullshit and drama that I let that take over and be the priority of last week's commentary, and I regret that decision to some extent, because I should have spent some time talking about how I genuinely am and will always be grateful to every man and woman that has served in the defense and protection of this country and its freedoms for its citizens. If it weren't for these men and women and their sacrifices, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to make this podcast. I wouldn't be able to play video games. I wouldn't be able to do or say a lot of the shit that I do or say. And I am eternally grateful for everything they have done and or will do for this country. So once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. This country, its citizens, we never truly show our appreciation for our veterans or for our troops. And again, as the son, so on and so forth, don't want to go down the line again, of so many great men and women who have served this country, it kills me that our veterans get shafted. And this is probably the only reason I'm at all happy with Trump in office. Again, for those of you that don't know, not a big supporter of Trump. Wasn't a supporter of Hillary either. I was going to vote for Foley. Foley for Prez. Foley is good. Foley in 2020, yeah! That would be awesome, actually. In all seriousness, though, I was going to vote for McFoley, because I always do. But the only reason that I was at all happy that Trump is going to be the president-elect is because one of the things he plans to do is further increase the benefits that veterans receive. And again, a lot of people don't know this. Veterans don't get really good benefits. In fact, they get fucked hard, painfully, screwed over repeatedly. I mean, my dad, his health care is through the VA, all right? And he has to go out of his way several times a month to get checkups, to get stuff done. Upside is almost all of his medical care is covered by, his insurance or whatever, his policy through the VA. But that being said, a lot of times these individuals are sitting around waiting and fucking waiting to get the health care that they need, to get the help, the service, the assistance that they need. On top of that, a lot of, full-term retired veterans, they're not getting the benefits they really deserve. I mean, we're talking career military individuals here. My father is one of them, all right? And he gets shafted pretty hard. So, again, not a big fan of Trump's. Didn't like the way he campaigned. I don't know how I feel about him as the president-elect just yet. But, as I said before, I'm going to give the man an opportunity. If he fucks up, see ya, dude. Hopefully before your 4 years are up. But if he does the things he says he's actually going to do, if he sticks to his word, if he sticks to his fucking guns, and he does a good job, I'll be happy. But more specifically, if he does what he says he's going to do for our veterans, he's fucking good in my book. Because, yeah, he's planning on really helping veterans, and that's a big thing for me. So, there you go. Moving on. Because we have many other things to talk about, and I don't want to stick to one thing. I want to talk about the fact that last week I told you guys I was considering doing a specialist playthrough of the campaign for this game. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. I've completed the specialist difficulty. I like the mode. I like the difficulty. It is definitely more challenging than the normal game, even on veteran. But it's an artificial sense of difficulty because all they really did was they removed health regeneration and they made it so if you get shot in the head, which it's a fucking AI, dude. I mean, seriously, the AI always aims for your fucking head. Just saying. You gotta wear a helmet. If you're not wearing a helmet, you can be one shot and insta-killed. So the difficulty is there. It is kind of artificial. The mode is fun. The difficulty is fun. And once you complete the specialist difficulty, which I don't know officially if you have to complete every single mission on specialist to unlock this, or if you just have to do the core missions. Regardless, you unlock the YOLO game mode, and oh god, it's specialist difficulty with one life. So yeah, I am going to do a playthrough of it, and it will be a highly edited series. I will be poking fun at myself. I don't know how many attempts I'm going to try to do, but I am going to do this. It's going to be fun. I hope you guys will enjoy it. It's not going to be out anytime in the immediate future because, again, it will be an edited series. So that's a thing. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it. That being said, again, don't know when I'm going to put it out there for you guys. It will be hopefully before Christmas. That's about as best as I can do. So yeah, but I want to let you guys know that that is going to happen. And on top of that, I'm going to do a series / playthrough of the time trial, the full game time trial for Call of Duty 4 Remastered. I've actually already done my own personal playthrough of that particular mode for the Remastered edition. I had a lot of fun. Here's the thing some people might not know. You literally have to do one full sit-down playthrough of the game to complete that. Essentially, it is YOLO mode without the actual YOLO effect. That being, you have a couple lives, but you have to do it in one solid playthrough. I really wish the arcade effects or the arcade mode from COD 4 had been brought into Infinite Warfare. I think that would have been better, in my honest opinion, than Specialist and what's the other one? YOLO. But they both add something to the game. I really do enjoy the Specialist difficulty because while it is artificial, it really does change the way you play the game. You can't even kind of try and be a run and gunner. Some situations you can pull it off. There are certain chapters and whatnot of the story that you can do that in, but it's not something you can just go willy-nilly balls to the wall. So definitely recommend you guys checking out that difficulty. You do have to do a single playthrough of the game to unlock Specialist difficulty. I don't know if it has to be on Veteran. I got it unlocked on Veteran. but I think any difficulty will unlock it. I recommend you check it out. It's a lot of fun. It is challenging as fuck. If you are going to try and do a full playthrough of Specialist, I highly recommend you go out of your way to unlock all the perks and all the guns, all the attachments, everything. Trust me, you will effing need it. Moving on. I don't do a lot of newsy type stuff, but just as a quick heads up for those of you that didn't already know it, this weekend in Infinite Warfare, double XP, double weapon XP is live. Go play. I know I will be as soon as I get done with this video, which again, I'm recording it. It is currently, if I haven't already said this, November 19th. It's currently 10 something in the morning. Yeah, I've been, like I said, a little lazy. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but yeah, I've been a little lazy. Kind of been dealing with some stuff. So yeah, again, double XP, double weapon XP live in the game. I will be on. If you happen to see me online and you want to maybe party up and play, let me know. I'm down. All right. So, unfortunately, that is where my plan for this week's episode kind of ends. Yeah. I have now run out of stuff that I intended to talk about. Except I do want to do the touching on the things of the last 7 days. I really don't, because I don't want to make this something of a routine. In fact, this will be once again the last time I talk about this shit. I'm so sick and tired of talking about this stuff. And if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing in the gameplay, again, I try not to talk about the gameplay, but I'm going to do it here. 1, I'm trying to do challenges. 2, I'm so sick of UAVs and being the only motherfucker that ever fucking takes these things down. Jesus Christ. Also, this launcher fucking sucks. Just saying. So yeah. So over the last week, the protesters, the people pissed off at Trump in office or elected into office. He isn't in office yet, but he will be come January 20th. They have been very loud over the last 7-8 days, to the point where they're really starting to annoy me. It's kind of depressing watching this. I don't agree with why they're protesting. I think it's silly. I think it's stupid. I think the majority of these people are protesting because they didn't get what they wanted, but unfortunately they didn't do the thing that would have helped them get what they want. You know, voting. Yeah, a little side note, and I didn't know this, over 40% of the registered voters that could have voted during the last election didn't. I wonder how many of those people are the ones out protesting right now. If you assume that at least 40% of them, you'd probably be right. Actually, I'm going to assume it's closer to like 50 or 60%. So yeah. To be fair though, and I'm going to be nice here, I guess you could say predictions were very strongly in Hillary's favor going into the most recent election. And again, I'm not a fan of Hillary. I was not a fan of her as president. I wasn't a fan of Trump as president. Hell, I wasn't a fan of any of the possible candidates as president. We were going to end up with one of them. I don't know if we ended up with the lesser of evils, but it is what it is. It is who we got. We've got 4 years at worst with this guy. Hopefully he does, like I said, he does a good job, but we'll see what happens. He isn't even officially president yet, so chill the fuck out. Give the man, give him a year. Let's see what he does with 1 year. If he fucks up so bad, we can pull him from office. All right? All you people reaching out, acting fools, give this guy a fucking chance. You know, I mean, we're fucking America. That's one of the things this country was founded on, was giving people the freedom all right, I really don't want to get too much into this, because this whole situation has finally gotten to a point for me where I'm so done. I mean, I've made this as a joke statement, but it is unfortunately kind of true. The pussification of the United States is damn near complete. And it's sad as hell. I grew up in an era, in a time where men knew how to be men and knew how to be respectful toward veterans, toward women, toward children. Women were opinionated and honest and strong-willed and strong and determined, and just people were fucking like, I don't know, it was a different time. But now we live in a time where men are fucking pussies, women are maybe trying to be men. I'm not even being an ass with that comment, but there are a lot of women out there that are too strongly opinionated about something that they shouldn't even have an opinion on. That sounds really bad, and it's not what you think. I'm totally talking about something else here. I just don't know how to explain it. Actually, no, to be fair, a lot of the women that have been outspoken in recent memory, most of them are speaking out for the right reasons, but there are a few that are kind of reaching with some of the shit. I think one of them, this woman was complaining about how her son was being treated in gym class. And the boy is a normal dude, he's a normal boy, normal kid, nothing fancy. Coach is being a little hard on him because he wants the kid to succeed. Nothing wrong with that. But the mom doesn't like this. Mom thinks he should just get a trophy for being there, for just showing up. He should be fine. He should just get a grade and pass. The coach is like, yeah, that's not how this works. You gotta work to earn, you know what I mean? Hello, that is the way of the world. You don't just get handed anything. You want something, you go out and get it. The kid actually wants to do better. And the mom is fighting for the kid to just get like a passing grade because he showed up. But that's not what the kid wants. It's a weird situation. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a situation where a woman, a mother, whatever, is like reaching in a direction she shouldn't be. This is where you should be supporting your kid, not fucking hindering his progress. Like, Jesus Christ. I give the props to the kid here and the teacher because they're standing their ground, both of them. And the mom is still just being a raging bitch. Just saying. If the mother was legitimately defending her kid for the right reason, I would 100% support that. If the coach just being a dick, trying to fucking kill the kid by forcing him to do things he just couldn't physically do, that's some fucked up shit. And the mother would be well within her rights to stand up for a child. But in this instance, the kid is trying to get in better shape. He wants to be better physically. And he's asked the coach to push him, but the coach is pushing him just a little too hard. But the kid accepts that. That doesn't mean the kid's not going to bitch about it. Even the coach acknowledges this. But the mom is like freaking out. And that's like, come on, calm the fuck down, relax, hear the whole story, form an opinion after you know the whole thing. Nope. You're being mean to my kid, fuck you. I want your job, I want your head, cut off his dick. Whoa, hey now. I don't know if she actually said that last line or the whole cut off his head shit, but if she did, damn woman, calm your tits. Literally, please, calm down. It's not that bad. Not all men are dicks and douches and sexist and I actually choked on the word. It's kind of sad. We're not bastards. Not all of us. Some of us. Most of us. Maybe. Anyways, moving on. But a lot of people still up in arms. And again, I get it. I understand people are mad and sad. But what happened to people having national pride? What happened to people being respectful and understanding and accepting and caring? And you know what happened to this country being, I mean, shit, send us, you're sick, you're poor, you're dying. I mean, it's written on the tablets on the Statue of Liberty. I think. I honestly don't know, but I know it's written somewhere. I know I've heard that statement before. And yet now it's, send him away. Why are you so weak? You need to be stronger, except actually you need to be a pussy like me, because this is the way to be, because yay. I don't want to live in a country that's got no backbone. Or more specifically, its citizens have no backbone. Or only have a backbone when it suits them. It has legitimately made me say I want to move to another country. I don't want to move to Canada, because while yes, it's just right there, I don't want to learn French. I really don't, because that's a hard language to learn, first off. Two, the healthcare system in Canada is really, really shitty. And yeah, I don't want to die. Just saying. Oh, free healthcare. Yeah, it's bad healthcare. I'm good. I'll stay right here. If anything, I will stay right here just for the healthcare. But no, I've jokingly said I will move to Russia, because at least there, you know, I don't know anymore. I had a really good joke, kind of ish, for why I should move to Russia, but it doesn't make sense anymore. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. Moving on. While I understand, again, and I've said this several times already now, people are upset, people are angry, people are mad. It doesn't justify anybody being disrespectful to anyone. Unfortunately, there are stories that made the rounds over the course of the last weekend, you know, as in day as after Veterans Day. No idea why I keep choking on my fucking spit. It's driving me nuts now, and I have no idea why I'm sharing that information with you guys. But there were stories that made the rounds of protesters doing some pretty heinous things at veteran events going on in certain locations across the country. And I don't know how much of these stories are true, how much of they're bullshit, how much is factual. If any of it is 100% real, as there's a bunch of dogs in the background barking. I live right next to a Denny's. It sucks, especially at 3 in the morning when some douche decides, you know, I've done this multiple times. Let's move on. It just drives me nuts that the stories are even remotely true. If there are any truth to these stories. Sadly, a lot of people are starting to come to the realization that close to 90% of the stories we find on social media are fucking bullshit. Sadly, a lot of people that post these stories, that read these stories, and immediately assume it is fucking real, it is gospel, it is a fact because this so-called internet news site posted it. Fact check, people. By the way, I have no idea where that guy went. Literally just disappeared. Poof. Sorry, I know, again, I don't try to talk about the gameplay, but that was one of those moments where I'm like, what happened? Did he just... gone. See you later. So yeah. I really don't want to talk about this shit anymore. And after last weekend and reading those stories, I got real pissed off. I got real angry. I got real mad. And I started thinking about what would have happened if this had been my father or my grandfather. Oh God, if this story was at all true and it was my grandfather this shit was done to, ooh, I'd be in jail right now. Not even gonna lie, I'd be in jail for excessive aggravated assault and potentially for potential murder because, yeah, I was pissed reading these stories. And again, I know that there's not a lot of actual fact going around, and I don't know how much of these stories was real or made up bullshit, but I know that if it was my grandfather or my father, yeah, I'd have done some bad shit last weekend because one, that's my fucking dad, just saying. Two, that's my grandfather. Regardless of what conflicts they may or may not have participated in, my grandfather served at the tail end of World War I and served through World War II. So yeah, I would have a real issue with someone doing, well, specifically one instance in particular was apparently some of these protesters were so up in arms about the whole situation with Trump that they didn't give a fuck that there was a Veterans Day event going on, and they spit in the faces of several veterans. Now, again, I don't know how much of this is true, but if it was true and that had been my grandfather, I'd have killed a motherfucker for that shit. How dare you? And if this story is true, the dog continuing to bark in the background driving me nuts now. Not even gonna lie, I don't know if you guys can hear this shit, but if you can hear this dog, it's been going off for the last 10-15 minutes. I mean, really? These are the people who have given you of their lives so you can go out and protest for whatever reason. Because I'll be honest, you still haven't really made your intentions for why you're protesting clear, at least in my honest opinion. You're protesting the election. What about the election are you protesting? We're protesting Trump. Why are you protesting Trump? That's about the end of it. So, yeah, I just, oh, God, Jesus. Anyways, moving on. And again, this will be the last time I talk about this shit. I'm going to try my damnedest not to mention it again. Please, if you have any ideas for things you would like me to talk about in the next episode, let me know down in the comments below. Seriously, please, anything is better than this shit. I'm so over it. I don't want to talk about it ever again if I can. Moving on. So I want to close this episode doing something I don't do, like, ever. I want to give someone a shout out, but this isn't a small YouTuber. This is definitely someone who's not entirely well known. He does veteran humor is the best way to refer to it as. The best way to better explain that is he makes videos, he makes content for veterans. And I gotta be honest with you, it's some funny ass shit. So there will be a link down in the description, but if you just want to search for it, you can search for Matt Best. He is a veteran of the United States Armed Forces, and his shit is fucking comical. However, disclaimer, if you are easily offended by patriotic or gun-related humor or gun control-related humor, or just don't have the type of humor needed to enjoy this man's content, please do yourself, me, and the rest of the world a favor. Don't click that dislike button. Don't leave a comment. Just leave and never go back. Which brings me to something I don't say very often here on my channel. I actually really don't. If you did enjoy this episode in any way, shape, or form, or if you like any of the content you can find on my channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you want to help me out, like, share this video, favorite it, let your friends know, help me out. If you want to help in some other way, you can always, of course, go to my main YouTube page, and I do have a donation button. All donations go to literally just upgrading my system. I need better shit, man. I'm using a really old, shitty computer. I would love to get some better recording equipment as well. And if you want to help me out with that, you can. I would greatly and immensely appreciate it. The words could never truly describe my appreciation for anything and everything you guys do for me on my channel, whether it's just watching a video with ad block off, or just liking or sharing a video, leaving a comment, all of that shit, everything. I appreciate all of it, and I don't thank you guys enough. So thank you to everyone that supports me, my channel, and what I'm doing, the content, the things I talk about. I understand my opinions are not shared with everyone that watches my shit. In fact, some of you probably just watch for the fucking boredom of it, or you just need something to play in the background and figured, what the hell. By the way, if you didn't notice, changing up the music a little bit. Gonna keep doing that over the next few weeks. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. Again, most if not all the music is going to be stuff that I can use. There is always down below a list of the tracks, and if you want to get access to this music, you can go to the website down in the description below. Final thing, I have a Facebook and a Twitter, and yes, I'm spending quite a little bit of time talking about this stuff because fuck it, why not? I never do. I don't really use those things very often, but I'm trying to get better about it. Normally, when there's a delay or an issue with videos, case in point this series, I will always try to go to Twitter and put something up letting you guys know, hey, might be a delay. We'll see what happens. By the way, this gun, such bullshit, totally cheap, but I had fun using it. It became my primary, as you can see, and you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to keep using it because it was fun. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to let this gameplay play out, let the music keep playing. I will be back next week, hopefully on time. Yeah, we'll see, because Thursday's Thanksgiving. Which, if I don't get a chance to upload anything beforehand, I hope everyone out there has a good, safe, happy holiday this week. If you're here in the States, I don't know if Thanksgiving is celebrated elsewhere in the world, but enjoy yourselves, have fun, be safe. I will see you guys next week for another one. Until next time, adios.